good acquisition deals fail to get funded?
Hi, this is Sonia from Attract Capital. I'm here with David Barnett, who's the founder and the CEO of Attract Capital. And Dave, it's great to sit with you today.
Great to see you, Sonia.
Thanks for having me over again.
Of course.
And so we're going to talk today about why good acquisition deals never get funded. So Dave, right now, what are the three things that actually can tank a deal?
I would say that it doesn't fit with the lender's industry.
Mm-hmm.
Their numbers stink, meaning they don't have good, clean financials. And I would say the business doesn't have a management team. It's not professional enough. So I would say those are the three. It's an industry misfit. It doesn't have good numbers, and it doesn't have like a broad enough organization.
Okay, and so how much does it matter the buyer versus the actual business that's being acquired?
Well, I would say that what's real important is that there's a fit between what the buyer's expertise is and what the business does. If you get a guy that has experience in sort of a garbage business and he's buying like a high-tech business, that's probably not going to work. So I'd say the fit is really important, but good businesses can withstand buyers that are not, the best particular buyer for them. But I think the business is more important, but the buyer business fit is quite important.
And what are the financial metrics that can make or break a financing decision?
I would say not enough equity coming into the deal is certainly probably the number one. And I would also say the historical financials being unstable would be a close number two. But it's definitely not putting enough money on the table to buy the company.
Is cash flow more important than revenue?
I would say cash flow is more important than revenue because it shows that you're converting your revenue dollars into bottom line. But if the cash flow is at a really super high margin, then it gets a little suspect in the eyes of the lender. But you have to be at a certain level of revenue in order for a lender to want to make a loan to you. But then they're really zeroing in on how profitable you are.
Okay. And what about red flags? What are major red flags?
Red flags. Wow, there's so many of them. Sort of a seller. A seller is saying one thing to a lender, but the story doesn't align with what he's really saying. Like he might be saying he's getting tired of the business. Meanwhile, he's a control freak and he's really involved in the business. I would say a red flag would be if there's like a serious background issue that hasn't been disclosed that comes out late in diligence. I would say that it looks like there's been a lot of weird manual accounting entries that have been made into financial statements. So things that like just shouldn't be happening, where you can tell that the company, it's just not measuring up in terms of what you're discovering and what you're learning from the seller.
Okay. What about purchase price? Is that like a major aspect of?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah?
Because the purchase price, the deal really rests on how well the buyer is purchasing it. If the buyer is purchasing it at a good purchase price, the lender's more likely to lend. If the buyer's paying an arm and a leg for it, the lender's probably not going to be interested.
And how much equity do buyers typically have to bring to the table?
Well, we'd like to see at least 25 to 30% of equity in the deal. That can be rollover equity plus cash equity.
Okay, 25%.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It actually is a lot.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, if you're buying a business, you want to have some skin in the game. But no, I think these are great questions, Sonia.
Yeah, so thank you very much for your time today.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back soon with some new exciting questions for everybody.